Which one did you say you wanted?
Talking about farewells, it's certainly not something anyone desires. Even though there might be a chance to meet again, parting from loved ones is always difficult. This sentiment is evident in the people featured in these videos. They appear deeply moved when they finally reunite with their loved ones after being separated for quite a long time. During an American football game, a woman discreetly approached the field from the sidelines and slowly walked towards the center. The announcer then introduced her, which surprised one of the players who immediately ran to embrace her.
Stand with me and give her a hand.
It turned out that the woman in the military uniform was his sister, who had been away, fulfilling her duties for the country. Accompanied by loud applause from the audience and players on the field, their reunion captured everyone's attention and touched the hearts of all who witnessed their close bond.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to direct your attention to the middle of the field. We have a special guest tonight that's going to toss our coin for the opening coin toss. It is Michael Stiles' mother, Misty, who is just home from Afghanistan. And I'd like you to stand with me and give her a hand. This is a surprise to Michael.
During the halftime break of a sports match, a marching band had just finished their performance. The announcer praised them and gave them some recognition. Unexpectedly, a girl who was part of the marching band received a surprise she never saw coming.
Surprising her tonight instead is her brother,
Her older brother, who had been away on duty for a long time, had just returned. The sight of him immediately made her very emotional, and she couldn't hold back her tears.
Surprising her tonight instead is her brother,
At a graduation ceremony, one by one, the students walked towards the audience seats to give flowers to their family members or representatives present. Eventually, a girl was seen looking shocked when she saw her father, who she was sure couldn't attend, suddenly appear in front of her. The girl couldn't hide her joy and immediately jumped into her father's arms. The atmosphere in the room became lively and emotional as everyone shared in their happiness. In the beginning, a father hid behind the door of a classroom. Only when he was invited in did he appear in front of his beloved daughter.
We got a little special surprise for one of your students.
Oh, okay.
As soon as she saw him, she ran to his arms, tears streaming down her face. Her father tried to lighten the moment with jokes, making her laugh a little despite her tears. The applause from her classmates made the moment even more touching as everyone celebrated their emotional reunion. The classroom was filled with joy and cheers, making it a memorable surprise for everyone present.
We got a little special surprise for one of your students.
Oh, okay.
Ready to go home? Really,
There's no gift more precious than the safe return of a loved one after being away for a long time. This sentiment is perfectly captured by a little girl whose soldier father finally came home. He secretly visited her school to give her an invaluable surprise. The father also went to see her teacher, who was her mother at the school. They were both overjoyed and shared a warm embrace, celebrating his return together. The emotional reunion was a beautiful moment for both the daughter and her mother, creating an unforgettable experience for the entire family. The joy and relief on their faces were evident as they reunited after a long separation. The profound longing of a father for his daughter can be seen vividly in this video. He secretly went to her school to give her a special surprise. Of course, the surprise was incredibly successful. The daughter was genuinely overjoyed with her father's arrival. Due to his profession as a soldier, he often had to be away from her for extended periods, making this reunion even more precious. Her happiness was clear as she hugged him tightly, not wanting to let go. In a bustling school cafeteria, many children were eating lunch. Initially, everything seemed ordinary, but their curiosity was piqued when a figure in a tiger costume entered the cafeteria and sat at one of the tables. Facing a child in a blue shirt, the costumed figure started playing and acting silly. After a few moments, the figure revealed themselves to be the child's mother. The child, upon realizing this, immediately ran and hugged her mother. The whole cafeteria erupted in applause, moved by the touching and unexpected reunion. The scene was filled with joy and emotions, making it a memorable moment for everyone present.
Are you sharing your snacks?
A soldier, who was also a father of two, shared his journey as a serviceman and his feelings of longing from being away from his loved ones. Finally, he had the chance to surprise his family at a sports event where they were spectators.
Nobody knows that I'm going to be here in person. They all think I'm going to be the...
When they saw him, they were overjoyed. His children ran to hug and kiss him, followed by his wife, and finally his mother. The audience, witnessing this heartfelt reunion, responded with loud applause, celebrating the warm family moment. The reunion was filled with tears, hugs, and smiles, creating an unforgettable memory for the family and everyone who saw it.
And now, surprising his family, please give a hero's welcome home from Kuwait, Sergeant First Class Daniel Lacoste.
In a classroom, the students were initially studying quietly. Suddenly, the teacher invited someone to enter. It was a woman in a military uniform who turned out to be the mother of one of the students in the class.
Your other turns are out today. Hi, how are you?
The surprise left the student in tears of joy as she rushed to embrace her mother. The entire class watched in awe, sharing in the emotional moment, which was filled with love and joy. The mother and child hugged tightly, their long-awaited reunion moving everyone who witnessed it. The classroom was filled with cheers and applause, making it a truly special and emotional day for the mother and her child. Finally, one of the children who had been sitting immediately ran to meet his mother. He laughed happily, recalling how long he had been away from her.
Which way you going?
This girl was instructed by her family to pick up an important person at the airport. She had no idea that the person she was supposed to meet was her brother, who had been serving in the military for a long time. When the girl finally realized this, she couldn't help but embrace her brother tightly. She was both happy and touched by the surprise her family and brother had planned for her. In a restaurant, a family was having a dinner together. They decided to capture the precious moment with a camera. Just as they were posing for the picture, a long-awaited figure suddenly appeared. It turned out to be a woman who had been away for a long time due to her job as a soldier. One by one, family members began to hug her and express their longing. Father, mother, siblings, and other relatives all shared in the joy of her return. One evening, a mother was in her yard when she was suddenly surprised by the arrival of her son, who had been serving in the military. Since he was assigned as a soldier, the mother had not seen her son.
It's the guts and it's the glory.
This was the first time the son had returned from his job after many years. It's no wonder the mother's reaction was quite emotional. She couldn't hold back her tears in front of her son. A mother was sitting down to relax when suddenly, a familiar voice approached her.
Which one did you say you wanted?
It turned out to be the voice of her son, who had been serving in a distant place. When the mother realized it, she immediately hugged her son tightly. After a while, she sat back down and expressed her surprise to the rest of the family. She honestly didn't expect her son to come home and surprise her.
Which one did you say you wanted?
That's so cool. That's so good. That's so good.
That's hilarious.
That's great. Did you get it? Oh, boy.
After all these years, a Navy soldier was finally able to return home. However, he planned to surprise his mother, so he chose not to tell her that he was coming home. Secretly, while his mother was taking a photo, he posed behind her. Moments later, the mother turned around and realized that her beloved son had returned home. So incredulous, the mother even glanced twice, making sure that it was really her son. After that, she was convinced and hugged her son while crying happily.
Yay, good